What's up, Leo? We got a card description from a card pulled from the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck by Adriana Ayala's, and then we'll do the actual reading itself. Okay? And this particular card is Palo Santo with the subtext of Guardian. Gifts from past lives, activating dormant gifts, connecting to the ancestors, guardian of the sacred trickster. The ritualistic burning of Palo Santo, which translates to the sacred holy wood, can be traced back to the Incan Empire, where it was used in spiritual ceremonies to cleanse the body and space of malignant energy or malignant darkness. To this day, it is used ritualistically amongst many indigenous communities throughout Central and South America, particularly to cleanse bad energy, bad air, and the evil eye. Mal de air, translated to the bad air, yet it is a spiritual illness believed to be a kind of cold nightmare air created by malignant spirits that enter the body, causing pain, discomfort, sickness, and many other kinds of imbalances. Incan medicine people use this wood in their religious rituals as a tool to neutralize negativity, rejuvenate the body, the mind, and spaces, bring peace, balance, and good fortune, and achieve better spiritual communication with their gods. Scientific studies now show how Palo Santo can relieve stress, anxiety, stimulate circulation, reduce joint and muscle pain, and uplift mood and the immune system. It is also proven to cleanse the space, dispel bacteria, and act as an insect repellent. The Palo Santo medicinal qualities are very plutonic in nature. It powerfully cleanses malignant energy while being highly invocatory and perfect for strong intention settings. Palo Santo has a long history of use as a magic wand that unlocks innate gifts that have lain dormant, inactive, or blocked, like wisdom, intuition, and sight to see into the past and past lives. Palo Santo is a protective wand that grants us the power of unlocking innate gifts that have laid dormant, inactive, or blocked. Palo Santo, like the fox, is here to assist you as a spirit guide who helps you navigate the spirit world. The Securian or Sechuran foxes, native to South America, nestle among the desert forests of Palo Santo for shelter, living in symbiosis with these precious trees. Foxes are symbolic of the afterlife, invisibility, the sacred trickster. Palo Santo neutralizes the venom of dark tricksters and alchemizes his poison into gold, becoming the sacred trickster. Palo Santo is here to remind you to activate your dormant gifts. You are a guardian of the sacred that has walked many paths. Know that you cannot neutralize the greatest of poison. Know that you can neutralize the greatest of poison and even outwit the smartest of tricksters. This is interesting. I think that the first thing that really comes up for me in terms of this idea of what's happening is there seems to be an element of looking into our history to understand something, or not necessarily. When I say look into your history, familiar history, absolutely, you get some great insight there, but also this idea of the things that you're drawn to, right? So or the people and the figures in history that you're drawn to. That could be something that you most certainly need to look at. And you'd be surprised, like if you're kind of more up to date with astrology in terms of the circle chart and kind of the meanings of all the symbols or whatever. You may look into different birth charts for different figures or even events in the history. But this idea of what's happened here, what's happening here, you should understand that these things that you kind of feel drawn to, they could definitely have very real meaning, specific meaning for you. And looking into them, let's say you decide to look up a documentary on, this particular sect of people that you've always kind of felt drawn to, or you like their symbols and stuff like that. That understanding of who they are, that idea of being connected to them in that way, or just the understanding that you start to gain from that, it helps mold your energy, your energetic imprint in a way that really could help you pursue things in the future, right? So just how you can move, and it helps influence how you can move in terms of using that energy in today's space, right? So how's that energy useful to you in today's space? For some reason, I don't know what, but if you guys are, I just thought of somebody, I don't know why, I just thought of somebody like really being drawn to like, particularly like the Nazis. I don't know why. I hope, I sincerely hope I haven't attracted people from the camp of, who really see killing people as, admirable in terms of what's happened. But the idea here is that you may need to draw from that. So even if that, even in that worst case scenario, like drawing from that in today's energy, it doesn't mean like getting up on stage with Elon Musk and hailing Hitler. It may just mean that you take those particular ideas of what bravery looks like today and what it means to stand for a cause. You can take particular portions of that. I feel like that could go off the rails today, but just there are traits that you can kind of admire in certain things, in certain people, even the worst of kinds. But you should understand that as, what does it mean in terms of living a life today? And I'd recommend personally, what does it mean for a world that is in healing, that needs to heal? And, moving forward in that particular energy of healing in general is going to be really huge. But you want to do this the right way. You don't want to, when you look into your history, or you look into the past and the history of things, look up different people, events, your ancestors, your ancestry, and draw from those lessons, right? Like, even if you can draw particular lessons and simply discard what's not useful. Even in the case of a lot of us, even not even in the case of Nazis, just a lot of us have family members who aren't necessarily people who we want to emulate, but they may have traits that could be useful to us today. So look for those, right? Look for how you can kind of cut those things out and utilize them, right? And make those things fit your dynamic today in terms of living a healthy life and helping heal the world, right? A lot of bad people, they do have good traits, and you may need to look for that. You may need to find that, and something tells me that you can heal from that, right? In terms of, even if you find some ancestry that is negative, but it makes sense in terms of how your life is, how you've been kind of living your life, or your particular lifestyle in general. You can start to kind of take things and start to realize how you can repurpose the skills and attributes that person has to better suit your life and where you want to go. So I mean, if anything, I'm hoping you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next week.